Doctor, you see, the priority, should it be the enforcement first? Because the associations, the vendor groups are saying, the associations are saying that, stop this eviction drive completely first. So I'm asking you, from a good policy perspective, should the priority be the enforcement or the rehabilitation? And I'm sure you're not new to Bengaluru and what the streets of Bengaluru has to offer. What's your assessment here?
See, development should not become displacement, and livelihood cannot become a license for illegality. That's what I would say. So this is not about it is not a question between development versus livelihood. This should not be seen like that. And we all know that this is indeed a very, very important topic of discussion for the fact that India has approximately 10 million street vendors. And if you see in our country, India, even today, more than 90% of the people, the population, they depend upon the informal sector. And I would roughly say that India's informal sector contributes nearly 45 to 50% of our country, India's GDP. And now talking about Bengaluru, Bengaluru faces one of India's highest traffic congestion levels. And street vendors, they provide an affordable goods and service to lack of urban residents every day. And having said that, this is high time. It's very, very important that we have a regulated system. It is not about elimination. It is about focusing on integration rather than elimination, I would say. And having said that, we need to really focus on the fact that in cities like Bengaluru, this particular Bengaluru's footpath eviction drive, it reflects a very greater, or I would say a larger challenge for every growing Indian city. Now, we cannot sacrifice the pedestrian safety. That is not possible.
Absolutely.
Nor can we ignore the livelihood of thousands of informal workers as well. So now what we need to do here is, the answer lies not in just like, I would say the bulldozer or the blanket regularization. Rather, it requires evidence-based urban planning. There should be transparent licensing. There should be some designated
in the case of Bengaluru, I think that ship
zones.
has sailed already. Urban planning for Bengaluru, that ship has sailed. So what do we do now? And you're absolutely right. You talk about integration, but integration is a grey area. Integration from whose POV? Integration from what particular standard? Like you said, nobody is disputing that pedestrians deserve clear footpaths. But Dr. Najumuddin, where do vendors, from their perspective, where do vendors believe that the line should be drawn?
Okay, let me give an example to you for this. Let's take the case of global scenario. I'll come to Indian scenario also. If you see the international examples, global examples, Singapore is one such country, I would say. Singapore, once they faced similar street hawker issues. Instead of banning hawkers, what did they do? The government created hawker centers. They provided license. They ensured hygiene, and they maintained affordable food in regulated locations. So today, I would say that Singapore hawker centers recognized globally, and even they received international cultural recognition. There comes integration versus elimination. So let us integrate and not eliminate. Now, another example, I would say Bangkok. Look at Bangkok. Bangkok, initially, they removed many street vendors, same like what Bengaluru is doing now. But later, the government realized it, and they made it very clear that the tourism is going to suffer greatly. So let us interfere, and that's what the government did. They interfered. They made sure that the local economy is not weakened.
Those are two very good examples. I agree. Visited both those places myself.
Let us look at India also, Kabir. Let us look at India. Look here also. You have Japan. Seoul, but look at India, Ahmedabad, a very simple example of Ahmedabad. The riverfront market relocation. Again, a lot of vending areas, right? Where we had to, dismantle, we have to move them.
But you see, like a diverse subcontinent, I do agree with you, Dr. Najumuddin.